Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Pranav Rawal and there's 3 other people here. I'll let them do the introducing.
Hi, I'm Rajat.
Hi, I'm Adessa.
And I'm Vedant.
So welcome to today's webcast. We'll be talking about meditation and how it can help with exams and of course can be applied to any stressful situation. I guess, where do we start? What is meditation? Just take 20 seconds, or probably don't have that much time, a few seconds, and try and think it through. What do you feel meditation is? This is a question that I ask a lot of people in various workshops, and we get all kinds of answers. And one of the most confusing things is that it's really hard to define. So let's put a few words to it. In the most basic sense, a lot of the answers I get is it's a happy place or a peaceful place, or focusing down onto something. These are all sort of just getting into that area. The easiest way to explain it is a term called Thoughtless Awareness. So it's where you are completely thoughtless, you have no thoughts, but you can hear everything, you're fully aware, you can think if you want to, you can hear everything, you can taste, you can speak, and that state is what meditation is, it's a state. So we're here with Sahaja Yoga meditation, and it's free all over the world, anytime, anywhere. And we will give you a whole toolkit of how to get into the state of meditation, how to sustain it, how to make it bigger, and then how to use it in your life, for example, during exams. Now, all of us here are in uni or have just recently been through uni. I think that's just me. So we'll go through a whole heap of different experiences and a lot of meditation techniques that are specific to Sahaja Yoga meditation, and you can apply them and see if it makes a difference. So once again, welcome to our webinar. And I'll go through really quickly what Sahaja Yoga uses. Within us, there's a subtle system. It overlays the nervous system within us. You can see from this chart over here, it's got 3 channels. Vedant, if you can point. So there's the blue channel, which is, we'll call it the left channel. The yellow one is called the right channel, and then the white one in the center is the central channel. You'll notice that the left and right channels cross over around the brains, and again, because it's the nervous system, it correlates quite closely, as in the left half of our brain controls the right half of the body, and the other way around. Now, additional to that, we've got 7 chakras, which are these circles with petals. They've all got different qualities of their own. They sit on nerve clusters in the medical sense. And also they look after various physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual parts of our being. But underlying all of that is this energy in the triangular bone called Kundalini. That triangular bone is called sacrum bone. So obviously, the ancients knew that there was something very sacred in that bone. Now, this energy is within each and every one of us, and it just needs to be brought alive, it needs to be used, and it needs to be trained in a way so that we can use this energy for our meditation. What is different about Sahaja Yoga is that we really get a good understanding of everything inside of us, and we really learn how to use it. And there's multiple angles to using this energy, using our chakras, our channels, how to look after it. So we use different elements, we use different sounds, for example, and music, and so on. So I guess we'll start with how to awaken this energy within us, and I'll let Rajat here run through that.
Okay, thanks Pranav. So what I'll be guiding you guys through is a process we call a self-realization. And the method in which we do it is by raising the Kundalini, which is dormant in humans until they get the self-realization. Now, it's a really simple process. You basically have to say a couple affirmations in order to awaken this energy, and the affirmations have to be done with a pure desire and with your own free will. That is the only way this energy can be awakened. Now, this Kundalini is like Mother Nature reflected in yourself. So whatever helps, nature grow and flourish, that is reflected in yourself, and it's like your own mother. So basically, I'll guide you through where you put your hands throughout this process. Now, your left hand stays open on your lap, and your right hand moves along the left side of your body, which corresponds to your desire. So it starts at your heart, and then moves to the left side of your abdomen, then to the left side of your hip, back up to your stomach, heart, the left side of your neck. You can tilt your head to the right slightly, on your forehead, on the back of your head, and most importantly at the end, you spread your palm open, and the center of your palm is connected with the soft bone area when you're a child, and you just massage the scalp in a clockwise manner quite firmly. Now, we can begin. We can keep both hands on our lap and just try to bring our attention inside. We can close our eyes. And each affirmation can be repeated a few times in your heart silently with the full desire to experience this self-realization. So we can put our right hand on our heart and we can just ask this important question, who am I? Just a couple times in our heart. We can bring our hand to the left side of our abdomen and we can ask, am I my own master? We can bring our hand to the left side of our hip. Now, we invite this energy to awaken by asking for the pure knowledge. So with that pure desire and our free will, we can ask this mothering energy, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. You can repeat it until you're satisfied. Now we can raise our hand back to our left side of our abdomen. And here we can affirm to ourselves that, Mother, I am my own master. We can raise our hand to our heart. We can simply affirm to ourselves, Mother, I am the Spirit. We can bring our hand to the left side of our neck, while tilting our head to the right slightly. And here we want to get rid of any guilt. So we can just say, Mother, I'm not guilty for anything at all. I'm not guilty for anything at all. Now we can bring our hand to our forehead and just rest your head on your hand. And here we just have to forgive. So we can just say, Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. We can bring our hand to the back of our head and just tilt your head up slightly. Now, just for your own satisfaction, you can just simply say, if I've made any mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Now, we can stretch our palm open wide and press down firmly on the fontanelle bone area on top of your head and massage the scalp in a clockwise manner. While at least a few times, just ask within yourself, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please let me experience the true state of meditation. Now press down firmly. And we can raise our hand 10 to 20 centimeters above our head in the same location. And we can see if the manifestation of this Kundalini you can feel on your hands as a slight cool breeze or a slight warm feeling on your hands. It might be closer to your head or even further away. At this point, your thoughts are no more. At this point, you experience what we call thoughtless awareness. You can try with your left hand above your head. Just bring the right hand back down. You might just feel a slight cool breeze. This is the manifestation of this mothering energy. Now we can put our hands back down and we just sit for a few minutes in meditation. We can try keep our attention above our head where we press down. If you get any thoughts, just say not this.
hopefully we found a little bit of silence in there. And that would have been a good taste of meditation. So this is something we do with every new person for the first time. And from there on in, we have more advanced techniques which allow you to use this energy now that you've got it moving. Hopefully you could feel it above your head, either as a warm or a cool breeze or sensation. Now, this energy, the Kundalini, what it has done is it's come up, and it's come up through that top where there's a flower called the Sahasrara. It's come up through that center, and that's what you could feel at the top of your head. Now, we are going to learn a few practical techniques that will be shown by Vedant and Odessa over there, and then we'll have a discussion after that about how we can use these techniques along with other ones to very quickly, very efficiently relieve ourselves of any stress, any anxiety, general things that really cause difficulty for studying or any stressful situation. All right, Vedant, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Pranav. Okay, as mentioned earlier, we have 3 channels in our solar system. The left channel over here, the blue line, the right channel, and the central channel, which goes over here and intersects at this point. Okay. So the left channel, also known as a left sympathetic nervous system, looks after our emotions, desires, and feelings, while the right side looks after our actions, our futuristic thoughts, and basically our action. So, and lastly, our central channel, which keeps us in balance. So there are various ways to cleanse and clear these channels if you're catching maybe the left channel or the central channel and the right channel. So firstly, to clean our left channel, we can place our right hand towards the Mother Earth and close our eyes and put our attention on the fontanelle bone area on top of our head. The earth element uses its gravitational ability to suck in all the imbalances from our left side into the Mother Earth. Over here, we can ask Mother Kundalini, please suck in all the imbalances, all the lethargy from our left side and dissolve it into the Mother Earth. Mother Kundalini, please remove all the thoughts coming from the past and dissolve it into the Mother Earth. Please keep your eyes closed and attention on the top of your head. We can now slowly bring back our right hand onto our lap and raise our left hand towards the ether element, allowing all the excess heat from our right side to dissolve into the ether element. Over here, we can pray, we can affirm to ourselves, Mother Kundalini, please dissolve all the thoughts from the future, all the excess heat in my body, into the ether element. Mother Kundalini, please dissolve all the overactiveness from our right side and all the futuristic thoughts and plans from our right side and dissolve it into the ether element. please keep your attention on the top of your head and please close your eyes. We can now slowly bring back our left hand onto our lap. With our attention on the top of our head, we can say the affirmation, Mother Kundalini, please help me to become thoughtless and help me to enjoy a state of silence. If there are any thoughts bothering you, you can just say, I forgive this thought, or not this thought, not this thought. I forgive this thought, not this thought. We can now slowly open our eyes. If you ever do feel like there are thoughts coming about your exams, about studying, oh, I've studied this, I've studied that, there's so many thoughts just overlapping in your mind, you can place your right hand on your forehead. And over here you can say the affirmation, Mother Kundalini, I forgive my thoughts. I surrender these thoughts to you. Mother Kundalini, please cool down my thoughts. Please make me peaceful. We can bring back our right hand onto our lap. Hope that was a great clearing session about left and right channel. I'll now pass it to Odessa and she can demonstrate about footsoaking.
Thank you. Hi, so footsoaking is the best technique to cool down your right side, and it's especially useful when you're studying and thinking all the time and you can't really sleep and you're panicked. And this uses the water element, which is naturally cooling, and the earth element of salt. So fill a bucket with salt and about a tablespoon and cold water. And thank you. Thanks. And when you have that, just get some spare water to wash your feet with after. And we've used a milk carton here. And also you can use ice and put it over your liver, which cleanses your body and also needs to be cooled down. It's very similar to jumping in the ocean and you come back out and you feel completely refreshed and new. but you can do this anywhere at home. And you can even do it while you're studying. You can put it under your desk, and you can put ice on your liver while you're studying as well. Even while you're sleeping, it can be very useful. So now we'll begin by putting our feet into the water. And once you do this, you can meditate as usual by closing your eyes and putting your hands out. And raise your attention up to the top of your head. And try to let all those thoughts of studying and anything that is stressing you out melt away into the water. Now, as we do this, we can do the techniques that Vedant showed us. We can clear our left channel. And you can keep your hand towards the Mother Earth for as long as you feel, very similar to the salt element that you put into your foot soak. And then again, as you feel ready, you put your right hand up towards the sky and continue your silent meditation for as long as needed. We can place both our hands back down. And to end your foot soak, you can do it for about 5-10 minutes and it should be effective. And if you still feel like you're thinking and stressed and you need much longer, you can also use the ice pack as we have here. So like this, and you place it on your liver, which is a bit higher than a lot of people seem to think. So you can do this anytime, anywhere. Sometimes it can be more useful to have a foot soak and include the ice pack. And when you are done with both of these things, you dispose of the water by throwing it into the toilet is the easiest, and refill both and keep them clean, of course. And to end your foot soak, you use the water that you brought in a jug and clean your feet. And that should help with your studies. Let us know.
So, hope that was enjoyable. Foot soaks are particularly effective when you are extra stressed, when you really feel like a runaway train. You just can't go to bed at night, can't get any sleep, can't stop thinking, you feel really hot inside, that's when foot soaks are really effective. Just to add, that water in the bucket is just standard tap water and standard salt from just off the shelf. And that's a good way to clear out your right channel, to cool it down. How do you know whether to clear out your left or your right channels? So again, for the left, that's putting your right hand towards the ground. And for clearing out your right channel, that's putting your left hand towards the sky. But how do you know which one? I guess we'll let Rajat here, if you want to give us an answer.
So, when you get your self-realization, you have awareness of your subtle system. Now, as Vedant explained, and briefly Pranav explained, you have a left side and a right side. Now, actually, when you get your realization, if you pay attention to your hands during your meditation, you can find out the condition of your subtle system. Are you more left-sided or more right-sided? Are you more into the future or are you more into the past? Now, basically, the best way to go about it is whichever hand feels more heavier, you just leave that on your lap and work on the other hand. For example, if your left side is, you have a feeling of heat on it, you can put that on your lap and put your right hand towards the earth. Now that basically clears out your left channel and takes away any attention from the past or any lethargy. And same with the right channel. If your right hand is heavy, you just put your left hand towards the sky and you let any heat that is accumulated get dissolved.
That's it. You'll notice on the chart that the hands and the fingers and parts of the palm are color-coded to the different chakras or the centers that run along the center of our body. Similarly, the left hand represents the left channel and the right hand represents the right channel. If you come to more of our sessions, then you'll get to know more about how to read it, how to use it, and so on. As a general parameter, if you're very emotional, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, then that generally means you have to work on your left channel. If you're really aggressive in nature, as Rajat said, you're always about the future, you can't stop thinking, then that means you need to cool your right channel down. So we've got a guest over here. This is Leanne Hewitt. She's been a practitioner for quite a while and has been leading workshops all over the world. And she's got a list of questions that she's been asked in the context of exams and managing stress and anxiety. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So we'll go through, just have a little bit of a discussion about them, and hopefully this will really, give you something to try at home tonight, or if you're outside of Australia, then today. And yeah, just really see if this works for you. Do remember, Sahaja Yoga is always free and it's all over the world. We are in well over 100 countries, I'm pretty sure by now. And so there will definitely be somebody closer to you, or at least in the same time zone, that you can hook up with and know more about this. So we'll dive into the discussion, and hopefully it gives you a lot of value. If you have questions that we haven't answered, feel free to comment on the live stream, and we'll get back to you at least by the next session, hopefully.
Yeah. Excuse me. So today's topic, how meditation can help you with studying and exams. I had this desire to present this program because we have these wonderful young people in our Sahaja Yoga collective sorry, who have, shown great results from meditating. And this technique, which is very simple, it has no religious denomination. It has just a universal feel that meditation is for everybody, and it doesn't matter where you come from or what age you are. But tonight we're specifically talking about the common concerns that students have, whether you be a young student or an adult student, the anxiety and the stress that we feel, especially around the time of HSC, which is at this moment in Australia, which is the end of high school exams. It's very important that people think about their future and they want to do well with their chosen careers, but we are sometimes, we become frozen sometimes by the fear and the anxiety that we can feel just through this simple thing called exams, but they're not so simple when you're going through them. And I think in hindsight, we can sort of say to younger people, I wish I had have been a lot more relaxed and a lot more calmer, and having a lot more confidence and faith in myself that I was going to get through it, and you do get through it.
I'll just hop in quickly. I think the other day somebody was telling me that, was it 1 in 4 people have mental stress problems?
So many people.
So it's not just you, there are a lot of people that have it, like if you know 4 people, one of them could be suffering from it. It's quite simple, like in terms of the numbers. So this is, it gives you a way to tackle that for life. That's a really big thing.
Yeah, and so Sahaja Yoga meditation, it was given to us by the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Srimataji Nirmala Devi, which Pranav is going to speak a little bit more about later. But just in relation to exams, so maybe a concern or a question would be, how can I overcome anxiety before my exams? So what would you recommend?
I definitely recommend the foot soaking I just demonstrated. You could even just sleep the night before if you don't have time because you've been studying and cramming. You just get some ice and put it on your liver and even on your head, and you sleep and you wake up and you'll be so much more calm. And if you do have the time, definitely foot soak. Even just meditating or using the technique of meditation when you're in an exam, when you need to be focusing, it brings you back to where you need to be, and what you need to be doing will start to flow, because you won't be so overwhelmed and so frightened with your emotions and everything you've had planned, and it will just sort of happen naturally. And that's just such a relief when the amount of study you're doing is actually making you anxious and depressed. It's just such a vital tool. So yeah, I'd really recommend it.
Yeah, simple exercises like breathing as well. Affirmations, like some of the things that we were saying, Vedant was saying so well, like I forgive these thoughts, I surrender the thoughts, because we become so attached to the thoughts and what goes on in the mind. And actually when we understand that the mind doesn't exist, but the brain does, the organ of the brain, you become so stressed. And this is why we've emphasized a lot about the liver and the heat on the right side. It just creates this overflow of, that's what stress is, it's this heat in the body, and you can't control it. No matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to stop the thoughts. But with the awakening of your Kundalini inside you, it overtakes, it's a living process. It's going to calm down your brain, it's going to bring your emotions into balance, and then you start to feel that peace and you feel that relaxation, and therefore you become more effective. I think you can vouch for the fact that if you are feeling much more relaxed, you absorb more that you have to study, and you have better results as well. So this is why we emphasize the ice pack, the foot soaking during this time of study and exams, to really cool down the right side, because when the right side is overheated and disturbed, the left side becomes disturbed, and the left side is your emotions. And when they get disturbed, this is where the panic attacks happen, or the fear starts to, bubble up inside us.
Also regarding exams, it's a bit of a catch-22 in that actually, if you think back to it, a lot of the times you might go in, do your exam, come out and be, that wasn't so bad. But if you did have it the other way around, where you went in and just went, my God, I can't wait for this to end, And quite often you realize that it's your own brain getting in the way. Like you just can't even think, you blank out completely. And that's what meditation is. It's going beyond your mind. At the root, it's tackling that issue. So like clearing, for example, is a really good one. Vedant here was explaining it, so it took 5 minutes, but if you did it at home, it'd be a minute each side. Taking a couple of deep breaths, about 30 seconds. Like going to sleep is a good one, but it's tricky when you've got exams tomorrow and you haven't studied for a year.
It definitely helps you sleep as well. Even just casually, if you can't sleep and you have a foot soak, I've had people say to me and experience myself, like you just go to sleep after really peacefully. And when you're looking at screens all the time, that can make that so much harder, and your circadian rhythms are messed up from that. And again, solves that problem, I find a lot of the time.
And so one of the other things is, maybe you feel overwhelmed with everything, and I have to remember what can I do if I think I won't remember anything. So in this chakra chart, which is the subtle system within us, as we explained, the left side is the past. The past doesn't exist, and the right side is the future, and the future doesn't exist. The only moment that exists is the present moment, is this central channel. So bringing your attention into the present moment is how you contain those emotions and those thoughts, and allowing that strength of your own Kundalini energy to nurture you, take over, and the actualization of your energy inside you, your mother energy of the Kundalini, is going to bring you into balance and automatically relax. That's what Sahaj means. It means spontaneous. And so everything happens very spontaneously. When we meditate, when we're in balance and the mind is shut off for a few minutes, we become like children again, and we get that joy back again, and we say, oh, I remember what it was like to be, carefree. Even though I'm having these exams, I will get through them. So the other thing was time management. I think that is just down to discipline. Yeah. Isn't it? You got to make a choice. It's the choices you make. Do you watch, binge watch Netflix, or do you go out with your friends, or do you say, okay, I've got to put in this amount of work and this amount of study? And actually, those qualities sit here on the left side, which is the self-mastery. When we did our self-realization, I am my own master. So we have a choice to control and to make the right decisions when this chakra is in balance.
Yeah, I think on a more, absolutely. And then on a more, I guess, everyday front, if I say so, it's because if you meditate, your brain is in a better space to study better. So instead of banging your head against the wall trying to cram in 2 paragraphs, that might take an hour at the worst of times, probably more. If your brain is relaxed, if you're in meditation, if you're not stressing about the future or worried about what happened yesterday, then you'll remember that in 10 minutes. And then you can move on, you can have a good night's sleep, you can go out with friends because you've got it sorted. But it does take time. Like anything good, it takes practice. Not long, just maybe 10, 20 minutes every day, I'd say. And to get to that point where you're like internally in a really good place. But yeah, it definitely helps it become way more effective that way.
Yeah, if I could say with the discipline aspect, I think if you're more peaceful, you're not actually trying to escape what you're trying to do. So you don't come up with excuses which could be from the past or the future. And when you're more balanced, simple tasks that you just have to do and everyone has to do are not as daunting. And you don't try and run away from them because you know you can handle them. It just gives you that confidence of self. And when you have that, discipline is just no big deal to you anymore. So yeah, that's great. For that question, it is also just your drive personally. But hopefully that answers that. Yeah,
and you get a lot more drive when your liver is cool and clear.
That's so tired.
Yeah, because we become lethargic because of that heat, because it drains the left channel, which is our emotions. So also the food we eat is very important, not to eat too many greasy foods. Coffee, caffeine, they're stimulants, they all affect the liver. If you take alcohol, it affects the brain. It's because the liver is the organ that pumps all the blood vessels to the brain. And so your attention becomes disturbed. And when your attention becomes disturbed, you go off balance very easily. And this is when the negative thoughts start to come in, and you start to lose confidence in yourself, and you start to doubt yourself. So keeping in that moment of exams, keeping those healthy choices, this is what good mental health is about, is having that power. And this is a very important word I don't think we've used tonight, is power. Yeah. We have this power inside us, but we're just not aware of it. And this simple meditation technique allows you to see for yourself who you are, all your good points and negative points. But the negative points that you see, you don't become attached to them, and you don't self-depreciate yourself. You don't knock yourself and start. It's constructive. And you say, you're very detached, and you can be much more a witness, which is the Vishuddhi chakra, which is the number 5 chakra here. The power of the Vishuddhi chakra is to understand that this is a play and it's a game.
Get caught up.
Get caught up in things. But it's also the mastery and the master of the play. And this whole subtle system here, we could talk for hours, and there's so much information that you can find on our website. So we'll stop talking now. So, and we will end our program here, and we'll end with just a few minute meditation. But this is what makes everything work, is the meditation. Don't think that you make mistakes. You can't make mistakes when you meditate. Whether you've just started 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago, there's no, what are they called,
It's like a performance measure, right?
You don't have to read any great, books on meditation or, sit there for an hour and thinking, I can't stop thinking, knock me on the head with a hammer or something. Use the techniques that we've shown you, because they do work. The footsoaking, the coolness, like the right side is the sun aspect, the yin and the yang, that heat. We need to cool the body down to be able to get that balance. And
try these techniques at home. Try and have a Google and see if there's any classes around you. Sahaja Yoga meditation.
Yeah,
I think it's hidden behind the table on this banner.
It is.
Anyway, but you can go onto freemeditation.com.au. And there'll be links for different countries. If you go to freemeditation.com.au/more info, that'll give you a lot of information. Just quickly, I thought I'd introduce Srimataji Nirmala Devi. She's the founder of this technique called Sahaja Yoga. She has done lectures all over the world for free to thousands of people. And it's not really any new knowledge that she's brought to us. She's just made it in a way that we can all understand it, we can all apply it. We can go to work in the day, go to school in the day, and then, have a meditation, get our life back under control instead of having to run away to the jungles to find some peace. That's the way I see it, and I think that's pretty amazing if you just have a little think about it. Sahaja Yoga is always free, and that was a statement that Srimataji made time and time again, because this energy within you, the Kundalini, it's within you always, and it has been within you. And you can't pay for it. You can't pay for it to work. It just has. The only way it will actually work is by you wanting it to work. That's quite great. That's just a little bit about Srimataji. Again, on the website, you can find out more if you're interested. I think we'll end with a short meditation. So, yeah, thanks for joining otherwise.
Yeah, just keep your attention on the top of your head. And just massage, pressing down in a clockwise direction.
Just the palm of your right hand.
And then place both hands open on your lap and just relax.